Hello friends, myself Govind Daspute, lecturer at Pravara Medical Trust, College of Pharmacy, Shogao. Like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel that name as PMT College of Pharmacy, Shogao. So friends, in last lecture we discuss about prescription, in which we discuss definition of prescription. So what is the definition of prescription? Prescription is defined as a written order from a registered medical practitioner such as dentist, veterinarian, etc. to a pharmacist to compound and dispense a specific medication for a patient. This is the definition of prescription that discussed in last lecture. Then we cover also one point, that is the part of prescription. Every ideal or every model prescription have 8 parts of prescription, such as date, second name, age, sex and address of the patient, third superscription, fourth inscription, fifth subscription, sixth signature, seventh renewal instructions, and last one is the signature, address and registration number of prescriber. These are the points that discussed in last lecture. Then handling of prescription had been discussed in last lecture. In handling of prescription, they give the 4 steps for the handling of prescription, in which first receiving, second reading and checking, third collecting and weighing of the materials, fourth compounding, labeling and packaging. These are the 4 steps that involve in the handling of prescription. These steps also we discuss in detail in last lecture. Now one point is also complete we in last lecture, that is the modern method of prescribing, in which modern method of prescribing we prescribe the ready-made product of the medicine according to their prescriptions, in which we also discuss what is the advantages of modern method of prescribing and also discuss the what is the disadvantages of modern methods of prescribing. The next point that covered in last lecture, that is the calculation involved in dispensing, in which calculation we seen they have give the 2 steps of calculation. First one empirical system, second one metric system. So in last lecture we discuss about the what is the empirical system. Empirical system, it is an old system of measurement, old system of calculation. In empirical system we discuss there are 2 subtypes, then also discuss what is the value of pound, what is the value of gallon. Now in this lecture we discuss about remaining part of prescription, in which first point is the metric system. It is an old system of weights and measures. It also it is the new system of measurement. The metric system is used in the Indian pharmacopoeia for the measurement of weights and capacity. The metric system in India was implemented from 1st April 1964 in pharmacy profession. Measurement of weight in metric system. A kilogram is standard unit for measurement of weights and all other measures are derived from it, in which have we know about the what is the value of 1 kilogram, 1 hectogram, 1 decagram, 1 decigram, 1 centigram, 1 milligram and 1 microgram, in which also measurement of capacity. A liter is the standard unit for measurement of capacity and all measures of capacity are derived from it. So 1 liter has 1000 milliliter. Next point that involved in metric system, that is the calculations. Calculations based on density. Before the calculation based on density, we know about the what is the definition of density. So what is the definition of density? Density is defined as the mass of a substance per unit volume. It has the unit of mass over volume. This is the definition of density. Then what is the formula of density? Density equal weight upon volume. This is the formula of volume. So this is the formula of density. Then next one definition is the specific gravity. What is the specific gravity? Specific gravity is defined as the ratio of mass of a substance in air to that of an equal volume of water. This is the definition of specific gravity. In the metric system, both density and specific gravity are numerically equal. The equation for calculating density, weight and volume are as follow. Density equal weight upon volume. Then weight equal density into volume, and volume equal density upon volume equal weight upon density. On the basis of these equations, you will be solve some examples. Next point is the alcohol dilutions. The dilute alcohols are made from 95% alcohol, which contain 95 parts of volume of ethyl alcohol and 5 parts of by volume of water. When alcohol get mixed with water, the following changes take place. First, there is a rise in temperature. Second, there is contraction in volume. Third, there is turbid appearance in the solution because solubility of air is more in alcohol than in water. When alcohol is diluted with water, minute bubbles of air get evolved from the alcohol and make the turbid appearance. When alcohol is diluted with water, it is necessary to cool the mixture to about 20 degrees Celsius, and then final volume is made up. This is nothing but alcohol dilution. Next point is alligation method. When the calculation involve mixing of two similar preparations of different strength to produce a preparation of intermediate strength, the alligation method is used. The method is recommended for the purpose of checking the calculations. For calculation purpose, the figure as per slide. On the basis of figure that give on slide, we solve some example by using alligation method. Then next point is isotonic solutions. Solutions having the same osmotic pressure are called isoosmotic. It is not necessary that solutions which are isoosmotic will also be isotonic. If a red blood cell is in contact with a solution that has the same osmotic pressure as that of blood plasma, the cell wall will neither swell nor shrink, that is, it will retain its tone, and therefore the solution is said to be isotonic. To determine whether or not a solution is isotonic with erythrocytes, it is necessary to determine the concentration of the solute at which the cells retain their normal size and shape. The parenteral solutions and ophthalmic solutions need adjustment to isoosmosity and isotonicity. The solution which are not having the same osmotic pressure are called paratonic. While comparing a solution with the one of known osmotic pressure, those which exert a greater pressure are called hypertonic, and those with a lower pressure are called hypotonic. Blood plasma contains 0.88% of inorganic salts, mainly sodium chloride, which make the main contribution to osmotic pressure. A solution containing 0.9% of sodium chloride is therefore practically isotonic with blood plasma and is regarded as standard. A solution containing more than 0.9% sodium chloride is called hypertonic, and containing 1 less than 1, that is the hypotonic. Some general principles for adjustment to isotonicity. First, solutions for IV injections. It means solutions for intravenous injection. Approximate isotonicity is always desirable. Second, solution for SC injection. It means solution for subcutaneous injections. Isotonicity is needed, but it is not essential since they are injected into fatty tissue and not in blood stream. Third one, solutions for intramuscular injection. The aqueous solution should be slightly hypertonic to promote and rapid absorption. Fourth, solution for intracutaneous injection. The parenteral preparations which are meant for diagnostic purpose should be isotonic in order to avoid the false reactions. Fifth, solution for intrathecal injection. These must be isotonic because the volume of CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, is only 60 to 80 ml. Hence, a small volume of a paratonic solution will disturb the osmotic pressure and may cause vomiting and other side effect. The next principle, 6 number principle, is solutions used for nasal drops. Isotonicity is needed since paratonic solution may cause irritation. And last principle, that is the solution used as eye drops and eye lotion. The eye lotion should be isotonic with lacrimal secretion since a large volume is brought in contact with eye. Eye drops may not be isotonic because only a small use quickly get diluted by the lacrimal secretions. And last point of this chapter is temperature measurement. The temperature is generally measured in pharmacy by using centigrade thermometers. So now today we cover here prescription chapter. Once again I repeat point that cover in this chapter, that is the definition of prescription, part of prescription, handling of prescription, modern method of dispensing, calculation involved in dispensing, in which empirical system, metric system. I hope you has been understood all points. Thank you.